Previously on Trippin' Aussies. We finished off last episode exploring Australia's largest national park, Kakadu, and what an absolutely amazing way to finish off our time in the Northern Territory. If you guys missed our last episode, jump on our channel where you can see all of our travels that we've done so far on our trip around Australia. Feel free to like, subscribe to our channel, and even leave us a comment if there's anything that you would like to ask us.
We had the best time in Northern Territory, from bushwalking in the national parks to swimming in the freshwater springs, eating delicious cuisines at Mindil markets and exploring Darwin City, which has so much to offer. But now we are off to Western Australia.
Welcome to Kununurra, Western Australia. The gateway town to iconic sites such as the Gibb River Rd, the Ivanhoe Crossing on the Ord River, and the Bungle Bungles, it is the perfect location to base yourself to experience WA's East Kimberley remarkable natural attractions. Translated in native local Aboriginal language as Big Water, it's easy to establish why as we find ourselves surrounded by large lakes, rivers, waterfalls, and plenty of fish and crocs. You really don't want to miss this great town on your next WA trip up north in the Kimberleys. Hey guys, welcome to Western Australia. We arrived here yesterday afternoon. We are in Kununurra and we have had our first night, and it's been a great night. We got to see a great sunset. We got to experience the sun rising at about 4:30 this morning. But yeah, we're in WA now. We've had an absolute unreal time in NT, and yeah, we're looking forward to settling down in WA now for a few months. There is so much to do, so much to see. We've got the Gibb River Rd to tackle coming up pretty soon. But yeah, we just thought we'll spend a few days here, or maybe a week or so up in Kununurra and the East Kimberley kind of area and experience it all. And then yeah, we'll slowly start making our way across towards Broome. But here's what we have for today in Kununurra. We're going to go out for a bit of an explore. We're going to go for a fish around town, see if we can find like a bit of a river to pick for some barra. Excuse me. We'll went for a drive yesterday afternoon just around town to get a few groceries and that, and we might go for another drive back into town and kind of just show you what's around the town. But it's quite a small town. I didn't realise it was going to be so small. But that's alright, there's still plenty of things that we can do and will do, and yeah, we'll take you a ride with us. So stick around, and here's what we have for Kununurra.
We begin our first day of exploring by stopping in at Buttons Crossing, a free camp which is about 15-20 minutes outside of the town. Running alongside the Ord River, this free camp boasts some great views and the occasional barramundi and saltwater crocodile. This camp is only accessible by 4 drive and is a great place to stay if free camping is your preferred option. Okay, we just finished exploring Buttons Crossing, is that right?
Yeah.
And
No like fishing.
Yeah, Tom had a go at fishing, but didn't catch anything. So on our way back, we saw a sign for Black Rock Falls, is that right?
Black Rock Falls.
Yeah. So we're going to go check it out. There might be a hike involved. We're not sure how far it is. We're going to go and have a look to see. And yeah, then we'll decide what we're going to do when we get there. We'll show you what it looks like.
Sounds good.
Change of plans. We drove down to the car park and we can kind of see in the distance where the falls would usually be, but it's all dried up as we are at the end of dry season here. So it's a shame we can't go and check them out. Probably the same as the middle spring as well, all dried up. So we're gonna head back down to Town Way and figure out something else to do, explore the area, and yeah, that's what we're up to.
Catch up.
See you soon.
Now, there's no visit to Kununurra without driving across the Ord River via the Ivanhoe Crossing. Once the only route to the bustling town of Port Wyndham Today, the crossing remains a popular fishing spot and ultimate four-wheel drive bucket list item. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another day here in Kununurra. Day one we got here obviously in the afternoon. We just kind of set up camp and relax. And yesterday we did a little bit of exploring in the morning, where we went for a drive out to Buttons Crossing just to check out the river there. We had a bit of a fish. Came across the Ivanhoe Crossing on the way back, which is quite fun. It's quite an iconic river crossing in the country, so it was good to kind of experience that and see that. And then we've been, like I said, back at camp, and we've just kind of been relaxing ever since, and not really done much. But tonight's our last night, so we thought we'd get out and about today, and then tomorrow we start our journey along the Gibb River Rd, which excited for. Can't wait, looking forward to it. So we'll probably do a bit of a stock up this afternoon at the shops, and yeah, get a few things just to make sure that for the next week or so, week and a half, we're well equipped with enough food, water, and whatever else that we might need for the Gibb River Rd. But yeah, that's our plan for today though. We're just going to kind of just do a bit of exploring and take it easy, and then yeah, we'll touch base with you where we end up and what we end up doing later on this afternoon. But we'll see you guys soon.
We decide to take a drive out to Lake Argyle, which is a 45-minute drive from Kununurra. Lake Argyle is Western Australia's largest and Australia's second largest freshwater man-made lake. The lake is home to over 30,000 freshwater crocodiles and 26 species of fish. Swimming in Lake Argyle is a great experience, with warm to mild water temperature all year round. Be sure to check out into Lake Argyle Caravan Park, where you can grab lunch and swim in their pool, which was one of the best views we've seen so far. We finish our day by heading back into town to stock up on groceries and watch our final sunset on the water.
Good morning, everyone.
From Kununurra. We have woken up early this morning at about 5:30, and we've packed up our camper and all the camp, and we're already on the road. It is 6:15 in the morning, and yeah, we are heading to the Gibb. So we had a bit of an eventful night last night. We didn't sleep as it was windy, very, very windy in Kununurra, and tent shakes and rattles and all the noises. So,
but not even that, it was very windy.
It was very,
and we were sleeping
yes,
underneath quite a few big trees, so there was a bit of paranoia in the back of my mind too, like what if a branch snaps on us, or because the tree was that large that the branches would have killed us if they fell, let alone damage the camper. But
yeah,
but
so
yeah,
we had a bit of a sleepless night, but we're up early. We want to head to our first stop on the Gibb River Rd this morning is El Postro Station. It's about an hour and 15 minutes drive, and once we get there we'll get a permit so we can visit Zebedee Springs and Gorge. There's a few little walks to do to get to these places, and so we just thought it's best to get there early.
Yeah.
Get in there before the crowds, do the walks before it gets hot, and we're excited for that. Anyway,
we're done in Kununurra.
Yeah, we're done in Kununurra. We've had a good time here. We've done some fishing, we've done a little bit of exploring.
Yeah, across the Ivanhoe about 5 times.
Yeah, we've enjoyed our time here. We've had a beautiful spot at Discovery Parks on the lake.
Yeah, nice.
And that had a nice breeze there since it was so hot the last few days. We spotted some freshwater croc that would hang out at our camp. It's in the water in front of our camp, and so it was good. We finished up here and we're excited to do the Gibb.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we'll chat to you very soon once we get somewhere a little bit more exciting.
Sounds good.
Bye.
Alright guys, here we are at the Gibb River Rd sign, and we're ready to get stuck into it. First stop for us is El Questro Station. We're going to check out all the gorges, and then yeah, we'll keep making our way down the Gibb River Rd towards our stop for tonight. Alright, stay tuned because it's going to be one heck of an adventure.
No. Pretty Caroline, stone cold stunner. She was a winner, started working at the dine. Serves as a reminder to count your blessings, 'cause it's telling fast, telling fast. They'll put you down and leave you dead, don't make them scared. Yeah, it's the ugly truth. How they coming for you. Yeah,
Alright, here we are at Zebedee Springs. I'll give you a quick gaze at the sign here. There it is. Zebedee, rocks are very slippery and sharp, take care when you're around, but it looks a great little spot, so we're going to check it out. No drones, unfortunately.
This is real. A slippery slope. It's not enough to please you. Pretty Caroline. Stone Cold Stunner.
Alright, well we've made it here to Zebedee Springs and we picked our own little spot here in the spring. And tell you what, the water is so warm. It's about 28 degrees I reckon. This is nice.
Okay, we have finished at Zebedee Springs here this morning. It was a nice little spot, cute little pools to hang in that are nice and warm.
28 degrees.
28 degrees.
All year round.
Yeah, so we got there at a perfect time, I think. We had like a little pool to ourselves, but as we were leaving, there's a lot of cars arriving. So it's good to get there early. It opens at 7 a.m. And yeah, so we are now going to leave Equestro Station and keep heading down the Gibb, and once we get to Dirt Road we'll air down and then
eventually find a place to call camp for tonight, and we'll set up and get ready for tomorrow.
Yep, we'll talk to you soon.
Let's keep going. Alright guys, we are on the Gibb here and we're just about to hit the part of the Gibb where it turns to dirt. It's pretty much the end of the seals section now for quite a little while, so we're going to quickly air down and continue our trip along the Gibb River Road. We're excited, can't wait, and let's get into it.
As we drive along the dusty dirt roads of the Gibb, we soon find ourselves at the Pentecost River. We've arrived at the river towards the end of the dry season and at low tide, so our river crossing was drier than we were expecting. This is the nicest river crossing we've ever done. The rock bottom, without any water. How's it going?
Pretty good.
How are you feeling with the roads?
Yeah, the roads are really good. I'm actually quite pleased with how the roads have been. I was expecting, to be honest, a lot worse. And not to say that it's going to be worse to come, but we're over halfway now on the Gibb and it's been nowhere near as bad and corrugated as some of the roads up in. As it starts to get bumpy now. Nowhere near as bad as like anything like Cape York. You're going up PDR up to Cape. That was horrendous going up to Cape all the way back to Cape York. So this is great. It looks like it's been graded not too long ago by the looks of it, but it's just pretty smooth. We're just done the turn off to go either up to Kununurra or towards Derby. It's kind of like a T-way junction on the Gibb. We've obviously gone left towards Derby and we're going to make a pit stop at Mount Barnett to top up some fuel and water, and Manning Gorge and Manning River is going to be where we're going to stop tonight for a start. So that's our plan. We're about 80 k's or so away from Manning Gorge. We'll be able to set up the camper and go for a bit of a swim, and then like I said, once we get to Mount Barnett, pretty sure it's just after that, we'll be able to top up with some fuel and water and everything else. And tomorrow, we'll be able to get to Derby and finish the Gibb, no worries. So that's the plan, and we'll speak to you guys when we get to our campsite for tonight. Alright, we are just rocking up at our camp spot for tonight. It's a little place called Manning Gorge, which is just near Mount Barnett Roadhouse. We stopped in at Mount Barnett Roadhouse just then to top up some fuel, and you can actually buy your permits to stay at the camp, or your fees for camping. Yeah, what was it? What did it come to? $20?
I think it was maybe 40.
40 bucks, was it?
Yeah, I'm not
It's
sure.
20 bucks per person for the night, which I mean, it's the same as what you pay for an unpowered site anywhere in the country, really. But they do have toilets and showers too, which is pretty good. So you still have all the, and there's a swimming beach. So being in the middle of nowhere, to have access to a swimming beach where you can cool down, toilets and showers at night. There's a camp manager on site, so you'll have a bit of security, and if there's any dramas, you'll be able to go and contact them and speak to them. And yeah, you're in the middle of nowhere, so it's kind of like a nice, different scene. You don't have to worry about too many people being around you. But yeah, so looking forward to just spending there for tonight. We've got a few things that we've got to fix up on the camper. One of the plugs, our Anderson plug, that plugged into the back of the car actually came out not too far back down the road, because I actually stopped to do a bit of a check over everything, and I know that it was plugged in. So quickly just put a new plug on the end of that, which we ended up, well, luckily we actually were able to pick one up at the servo, or the roadhouse there. And then that way we can plug our solar in, and it can have solar charging whilst we're here. And then we can then set the camper up, go for a bit of a dip, for a swim, and just chill out, I guess, for the rest of the afternoon. So here we are now, and we'll touch base with you guys later on. After an overnight stay at Manning Gorge, we continue our trip along the Gibb and soon find ourselves back on the Blacktop, arriving in Derby, which completes our Gibb River Road trip. With Broome our destination for the night, we continue driving until we reach the coastline, which we have missed so much. Stay tuned for our next episode in Broome as we continue our lap around Australia. Thanks for watching.